Perfect. Nice.
My name's KiLLCORE. I am a 19-year-old artist from Miami, Florida, based in Tallahassee, and I make art like in all forms. I draw, I make music, I try to like creative direct as much as possible when it comes to like photography and music videos and all that. So I try to put my hand in every aspect of art because I just enjoy every aspect of it pretty much. I've pretty much been doing it my whole life in a sense, but like it started ramping up, around 4 years ago when I started making music. That's just when I tried to like start tapping into every aspect of it. So, it's not like I really ever had a platform until I started making music, and now, that everything's starting to ramp up, especially up here in Tallahassee, I have more avenues that I can pursue in terms of every aspect of art. I think the most challenging aspect would probably be the competition, because like nowadays, yeah, it's always been hard to be a musician, but especially nowadays where people are literally blowing up off of making songs on their phone, it's insane. Like the amount of artists that you have to compete against and be better than and work harder than, it's skyrocketed to a level that's unfathomable to most people, because there are millions of people trying to do what I'm doing and what other people are doing. So it's always a competition. Even your peers and your friends and stuff like that, they're still trying to do the same thing. So you have to be willing to outwork them and just try and be better than them, pretty much. And that's really the most challenging aspect for me is a competition. For me, standing out, it comes down to my mindset, because I've told my mother this, multiple times, that I'm willing to go homeless for this. I'm willing to die for it. Can I curse?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's you. It's all you. So this is you.
I'm willing to fucking die for it. I'm willing to do whatever for this, because I really have nothing else in my life outside of art that I'm willing to pursue. There's nothing more that I love. So, I'm willing to do anything, and the hard work that I try and put in, I think stands out from a lot of other people, because a lot of people try to just put it on the wayside and it's just, a hobby for them, but this is my life.
You mentioned like your competition basically being your peers. So how do you utilize your peers to help you advance in your music career?
Not in the sense that I'm trying to use them, but as just like an overall artist, I try to make the best of them. And I understand, like I'm not ignorant, and I'm not stupid. I understand that you can't do this by yourself. You're gonna need a team. So that's kind of what I've been trying to build is a team. Not only just like, oh, do you want to do this? Hey, yeah, you're a person and you work for me. It's not like that. Like, they are my friends first and foremost, but they are also very talented and skilled people that I can bring the best out of, because with their skill and my vision, I think like that blends together in a sense that we're all going to be able to succeed if we all work together.
Navigate the expectations and stereotypes associated with masculinity in your music and performances.
Truthfully, I just try to be myself. I try not to conform to any one stereotype or image or anything like that. Like I'm really just myself. I try not to portray myself as anything that I'm not. So anytime you see me, anytime you meet me, every time you see me through social media or anything like that, it is always me 100%, because I'm never gonna put up a persona to try and portray myself as something that I'm not, because that facade that people put up, it slips every single time. Like it doesn't matter how long it lasts. You could put up that facade for 40 years, whatever the fuck, it's going to slip, and you're gonna have to start being yourself at some point, because you can't lead that those two lives. It's like Spider-Man or something like that. Just be yourself.
If you just hear KiLLCORE and you don't know my music, you're gonna think I make like metal or something. Like it's very like aggressive, because I mean it's KiLLCORE. It's two sounds, and one of them's Kill.
What was your intention when you decided on KiLLCORE?
To separate myself and try to like do something more unique and easy to remember. Because before that, it was Demo XYS.
Mm-hmm.
Like it was way like some people would say Demoxys, some people would just say Demo, some people would also say Demo XYS. So it was kind of just like jumbled up. So then I went to KiLLCORE because nobody else had the name. And you know, it was unique. You hear KiLLCORE, you know it's gonna be me. But then after a while, it set like this precedent in people's mind that you know, metal or something way more aggressive than I do. And I do everything. Metal really isn't one of them. I've done a rock song, but I don't do that.
Yeah.
So JHOAN's just my first name, and doing it in all caps is different from everybody else on like Spotify and Apple Music and stuff like that. So I mean, if it's
I like it.
if it's gonna be me, it might as well be me.
And can you share a personal experience that significantly influenced your songwriting or musical style?
Probably the summer of 2019, because I started making music. Like I produced and dropped my first ever song April 1st. I started making like lo-fi and stuff like that, but after that I went through like a tough breakup, and like immediately after we moved up here to Tallahassee. So, you know, every single day of that summer I was just sitting in my room alone, like depressed as hell. I gained a ton of weight just because I was just so closed in. I never went out. I felt like I would never have a normal life again. You know, like I would never be able to work a 9-to-5 job and never be able to have like a healthy relationship or anything like that, because it just kind of like really shifted my mindset. So at that point in time, I was just like, fuck that. I'm gonna focus on me. Like I will work on what I have to do. Fuck everything else. I will achieve my goals, and then I can start branching out into those, you know, relationships and stuff like that. But since then, I've just been, you know, writing about tons of different stuff, tons of different stories that I myself have lived, you know, when it comes to terms of like heartbreak or, you know, love or you know, struggling and stuff like that. Just like basic aspects of songwriting, but written in a way that, you know, I think is more like unique to me, not only with the songwriting, but especially the sound. I try to diversify everything, because, you know, I don't like to just be stuck in a box. Yeah, definitely that summer, it really changed my mind on a lot of aspects.
How do you use your music to explore and express emotions that are often considered taboo for men?
Yeah, I think that goes back to what I was saying last time with the diversification of the genres and the sounds and stuff like that. Because I'm not gonna put myself in a box, but when it comes to those genres, you know, people talk about different things. Like when you hear like heavy metal, they're not talking about a breakup most of the time. But when you're hearing something like country music, you're not gonna hear, you know, Satan worship and stuff like that. Every genre has its niche, its songwriting kind of fluidity in a sense. So when I try to approach those genres, I listen to, you know, songs from those genres to try and like understand what they're saying and understand what I'm going to try and say, just, you know, based on what is working with that genre. So if I have something to say, I'll say it. I don't care if it's, you know, like taboo or anything like that. Like I will approach it how I want to approach it. I don't take the outside world into account, because at the end of the day, I'm making my music for me. Like I listen to my music all the time. Not that I don't listen to other music, because, you know, you can't become not only a diverse musician, but a complete person if you just stick to one genre and one thing, because you're just blocking everything out. You're closing your mind to it. So, you know, that's how I like started getting into country recently. It's like it gets pretty good.
Have you ever faced criticism or backlash for expressing vulnerability or sensitivity in your music? If you have, how did you handle it?
No, not really. When you're not in that, you know, toxic bubble of you know, people like, oh, bro, you're talking about your feelings, you know, oh, you're stupid. When you get out of that bubble, a lot of people find it like empowering when you start expressing your emotions, and they find it comforting because they're able to relate more to that. You know, a lot more people are able to relate to, you know, expressing yourself, because people, no matter what type of person you are, no matter what has happened here, you have emotions. Everybody has emotions. So if you're able to find someone that speaks about that, it's all the better, because then they're not listening to you because of just how you sound, they're listening to you because of what you say and who you are.
Hey, my name is JHOAN. Thank you for watching that interview from last year. You can find me on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, Twitter, whatever, at JHOAN. You could go to my website, JHOAN.com, and find my discography, my recent drops, my contact info. So anything you would like. All streaming platforms is JHOAN, all caps. If you have trouble finding it, you could search up I'm Leaving JHOAN, which I released March 29th. And I released the deluxe version to an album I dropped a couple years ago, but I dropped the deluxe version because it is to commemorate 5 years of me making music today. As of the day I am recording this, April 1st, 2024, it's been 5 years of me making music. So yeah, a lot more coming soon. Music video for I'm Leaving, April 12th. Thank you for watching again. Thank you, Azaria, for the great interview. And yeah, I hope you have a great day.
Sorry for leaving so soon. I'm scared.